Hi everyone, right, I'm down here for a 2-hour coaching session. The guy I'm with I can't actually show on video, but I will show you the tactics that he's going to use. So he's using a 3 metre whip, telescopic whip. There's a rig I tied earlier. It's a small Avon float. It's got a short stem because it's probably going to fish shallow for the dace to start off with. I've mixed some ground bait up, ground breadcrumb, 50-50 with some Sense Black Magic and some pinkies thrown in. It's surprising what you can get right in off the edge here. Literally 1 metre out, it is 8 foot deep, and if you get the presentation right, you'll catch with a very light hook length. It's 1 pound 10 ounce hook length to a size 22 hook. There's the connector. Pull the sleeve back, you've got the hook. These rig winders are great because they don't need rig anchors. It's got a little slider bit there. Loop goes onto the connector like that. Push the sleeve up, that's done. If you're using a solid tip whip without connector, have a look on the other video and I'll show you how to whip it on. Starting off 2 foot deep, that's why the float is such a short stem. Number 8s and a number 12 on the hook length. It can take a little while for the dace to find your bait. You've got to keep it going in literally every 20-30 seconds. There we go, fish on. If you loose feed maggots, you can feed them off in the winter. Doesn't happen very often because there's so many and they're so ravenous. If you're going to loose feed anything, loose feed pinkies, fit them up slightly slower. There we go, lovely dace. And it's stuffed full of these. If I run this through 2 or 3 times and I don't get a bite, then I just move the float up another 4 inches up the line. Sometimes they can be a little bit deeper, especially when it gets clear. So that guy was just telling me the duck pond opposite has some big old fish in it. And the reason for that is that they pump the water into that duck pond and pumps the eggs up from the spawning area upstream. I used to take school groups onto that duck pond when this river wasn't fishable. But I also know some of the lads like to move the fish they catch from here into that duck pond. It's only about 1 foot deep. It's a nice backup option. That's a size 22. You can see how thin the line is. The small is good. The great thing about the whip is it absorbs all the shock as the fish is darting around. The fine tip just absorbs the shock. Rarely come off. I was talking to the chap at Premier Angling, which is just down the road, about the potential for a record dace, and I think River Chew does have the potential for it. And that's only a few ounces, isn't it? We'll see, about 6. But further upstream, I've had them close to a pound, getting too old for thin line. Aha, it's here. Stop fishing. Look at that. Lovely fish. Right, so the chap I was with today's gone home. But there we go. Oh. Lovely big netted dace. Missed loads of bites. They wanted to stay in the moving water. There's some lovely fish there. Let's get them back. Right, so a couple of things that I think are worth mentioning just before I finish the video off. We changed the rig. Yeah, we changed the rig to a normal waggler rig with all the split shot around the float. There's no point putting any shot down the line there. We're nailing it much higher up in the water, and in fact, every time the bait dropped below the first 4 or 5 inches of water, that's when the minnows were coming, and the dace are actually hitting it higher up in the water than the minnows. So the slower the drop rate, the better, and you're going to achieve a slower drop rate with a lighter wire hook. Thanks for watching, and catch you later.